You have 10 aunts and uncles and 60 first cousins on your father's side alone. Someone in your family has attempted to marry you off to a cousin at least one time. Every time you see one of your aunts or all of your aunts, they have to ask you when you're getting married and when they can dance at your wedding and when you're going to have children and when your future is going to take place, etc., etc. You're just non-stop questions all the time. You go into a restaurant and you secretly hope that the owner is Arab so that you can get comped. You gossip about your family with your own family. You sometimes catch yourself saying open the light or close the light instead of turn on and off the light. I do that. You have at least 4 fruit trees in your backyard. You go to dinner and the men in your family almost physically fight over who gets to pay the bill. You pronounce Pepsi Bibsy. You get hella pumped if you find out a celebrity has like an 1/8 of Arab blood in them. Your fortune is based on the coffee grinds on the bottom of a coffee cup. If you're Arab, you know what this is. You know what I'm talking about. Every man in your family smokes Marlboros. You get the wrath of God if you forget to put bread on the table. You can't go to your grandparents' house without being forced to eat a 3-course meal. Al Jazeera is most likely on the TV 24/7 in your household. Your middle name is your father's first name. Give this video a thumbs up if this is you, because that's me. You arrive an hour late to a wedding and you're still there before everyone else in your family. You go out clubbing and have to change into regular clothes in your car before you get home. Your family owns a restaurant, liquor store, or gas station. Exhibit A. 7 of your cousins are named Mohammed. Your father swears at you with words that insult himself. Your parents want you to become an engineer. You have 100 uncles who are not blood related. Every time you go somewhere where there's Arabs, you have to hug and kiss people you've never met before in your life, and then they magically become your aunt or your uncle. It takes a good hour to say goodbye after parties. Your dad is a rock star at math. You drive in a car and then notice at the stoplight 2 hijabis in the next car over staring you down. There's Arab radar everywhere. Other Arabs know who Arabs are. Like, they know, and then they just stare at you. Like this. You have to bring all the expired stuff home from your dad's store and finish them because you can't sell them to paying customers. If you get an A on a paper, your parents will ask you why it wasn't an A+. You have the most luggage to grab at baggage claim. You have to try to fit as many people as you can into one car before going out. Your mom gives better medical advice than an actual doctor. By the time you turn 16, your wedding is basically already being planned without you. You ask your mom or dad for something and then they reply with inshallah. Yeah, that means no. During your summer vacation, you have to work in your family store. You have to avoid certain stores because chances are all the owners know who your father is. For the first 25 years of your life, you don't talk to boys, you don't look at boys, you don't think about boys. If you don't want to die, you do something that pisses your dad off and then he gives you the stare. It's like tilted to the side and it's like this. You go back home to live with your parents after you graduate college. You ask your dad to help you with your math homework and then he begins with a 1-hour story of how he and his family raised goats and sheep to make a living when he was a kid. All your neighbors think your family is just hella violent because everybody's always yelling and screaming. Even if we're just talking or having a normal conversation, we're just yelling at everything. You go back home to visit your family and all the kids light up fireworks to welcome you. True story. You're constantly mistaken for being a Latina or an Indian. You teach all of your American friends Arabic curse words and get so excited when they use sharmuta correctly. Oh, and God forbid you're 25 and unmarried.